Hello, I'm Jesse. Good morning. Good day. I'm going to continue speaking about purgatory. I'm almost about finished on the subject. When you pray for a source of purgatory, before you pray for a source of purgatory, you should understand that there's different levels to purgatory. Different levels. And the cleansing stage of the soul depends on the sinfulness of the soul. But the soul's on the way to heaven, which is good news. Always been good news. Before you pray for the source of purgatory, you may have to do work for them, sacrifices, depending on the level of the cleansing. The deeper in purgatory a soul is, the more the cleansing, the harder and more severe the cleansing. Some people, when they pray for the source of purgatory, they flog themselves or walk on their knees, or they fast, or give charity throughout the whole year, depending on how much charity. But if the souls of purgatory are high in purgatory, in high level, close to expiation, in other words, then it's not that severe. Sacrifices. You can do a mass for them. You should do a mass for the souls of purgatory, regardless of the severity of the soul's cleansing. However, the deeper a soul is, the more severe the cleansing of the soul and the time in purgatory, the more sacrifices has to be made for them. So before you start to sacrifice for them, before you start to pray for them, understand that you're going to have to do some sacrifices for them. Okay? Some people give charities. Some people flog themselves. Some people, like I say, walk on their knees. Many things can be done. Okay? Lots of masses, more masses will have to be said for them. But what happens if you pray for the souls of purgatory, but you don't do any sacrifices? Most people don't know that. Sometimes people think that you just pray for them or do a mass for them and that's it. Well, that's not true. When you pray for the souls of purgatory and do work for them and you don't do any sacrifices for them, what happens sometimes is that you already volunteered. You made a contract, especially when you start saying prayers, like the Saint Gertrude prayer for the souls. Whenever you do a rosary or a mass for a soul, you already have like a contract with them in a certain way. That means that fate or God or the purgatory souls can inflict sacrifices on you. In other words, you may have some kind of misfortunes. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying in some cases, you may get sick. You may, you think you're going through trials and tribulations. You think that God is giving you a lot of troubles, a lot of problems. It's not God. It's that when you work with the souls of purgatory, a lot of times, you got to make sacrifices. And when you don't understand that, you make a contract without knowledge, then the source of purgatory will automatically, or fate, or the angels, or anybody who controls purgatory, will automatically consider you as a volunteer for the sacrifices. So as soon as you start working with the source of purgatory, you may feel pain, maybe in the side of your body, maybe in your legs. You may have an illness, but it can be healed, it can be treated. You have bad things happen, but then good things happen. You'll be rewarded. You see? In other words, your life would be like an up and down. You're wondering, what's going on? I used to have better luck. I used to be healthier. What's going on? Why am I so clumsy? What is this happening to me for? Because when you start to work for the source of purgatory, you have a contract. You see? You do. Now, you can stop this contract anytime you want, but sometimes it's too late. And the contract has already been established, an oral contract, by mouth, oral. And so you start to maybe get sick, lose some jobs or opportunities, feel pains, that's getting sick. But a lot of things. Get laid off from your job, yes. Many things. You'll notice it. And you think that God is punishing you, but God's not punishing you. It's a source of purgatory or putting sacrifices on you. Many people don't know that. But when you start working with the source of purgatory, you should already be aware that you have to do some sacrifices for them. People are not aware of that. You just don't pray for the source of purgatory. Some people pray the same Gertrude prayer for the source of purgatory, and they get pains in their side. They get stomach aches and ulcers. They get broken legs. They get emotional problems. They get lost opportunities. And you're wondering, is God punishing you? Is the devil coming after you? No, it's not that. That you made a contract to release some of the souls of purgatory. That's what it is. You can give to the poor too. Giving to charity is good too, especially if you have less. For example, if you're very hungry, very, very, very hungry, and you only have a little bit of food, and you really want to eat that food badly, but you give some of it to the poor person, that's a good sacrifice. Very good sacrifice. If you go to visit a hospital full of sick people and stay with them and visit them, that's a good sacrifice. You're not really volunteering, you're sacrificing for the source of purgatory. There's many ways you can sacrifice for the source of purgatory, because there's different levels. But the souls that are severely suffering in purgatory may require a severe sacrifice. That's what I'm trying to say. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, look at it logically. So don't be afraid of the punishment. A lot of saints do that. They work for they do a lot of sacrifices. Just study the history of the saints, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, that's all you gotta do. Study the history. That's why I like to study the saints in history, because the saints been through a lot of that stuff already. They're a good example of what to expect when you're working with the souls of purgatory. You see what I'm saying to you? That's why a lot of times the saints, it's good to read the stories of the saints, all their sacrifices. That's why they call saints. But you give rewards. Well, as bad things happen, good things happen too. You get blessings. Also, they pray for you in purgatory to God that you can make it to heaven and not taste purgatory or not go to purgatory. And when you release a soul from purgatory, you release a soul from purgatory and they go to heaven, what happens is that they pray for you in heaven. Yeah, they do. They give you good luck too. So as you're sacrificing for them with some misfortune, you're also getting good luck, also, and blessings. Yeah, for real. So you have to start working with the souls of purgatory and get more experience. And the more you experience the souls of purgatory and working with them, then you understand what I'm saying. It's hard to explain in words. It's more deeds. It's more work than talking about it. I can talk to you about this all day, and you may not understand it, or you might understand it, but you're not going to understand. You're not going to be able to really comprehend what I'm saying fully unless you work with the souls of purgatory. So if you're not going to sacrifice for them in prayer, when you're praying for them, then you volunteer automatically, and you may experience sacrifices anyway. It will come to you automatically. So much that you think that life is bad. or that God is punishing you, or you go to trials and tribulation, or the devil is messing with you. But no, it's not that. You made a contract with the souls of purgatory when you pray for them, and so they're applying sacrifices to you according to the soul that needs prayer. The severity of the cleansing of the sin, and then the cleansing. So get ready for that. But you will have good luck, okay? Along with it, you'll be having ups and downs, and you're wondering why. You're healthy. Why am I feeling pain all of a sudden on my side? Why am I having my doctor is diagnosing me with some kind of a disease, but it's treatable? Why? But it's treatable. And then as time goes on, as you release the souls, you see that the sickness you have may subside. It's hard to explain. I cannot tell you in details. You're going to have to work with the souls, and then you understand me. Okay? But I expect that to happen. Before you pray for the souls of purgatory, if you're not making a sacrifice for them, if you're not going to tell the God, I'm going to sacrifice for the souls of purgatory by doing this, by doing that. If you don't do that, then they're going to give to you anyway. You're going to receive the sacrifices anyway. You made a contract. Prayer is a contract. Okay? Well, have a nice day. And thank you very much for listening.